Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The object of this video will be to show you successfully how to get through the Special Delivery Spec Ops mission on Veteran. This mission is particularly frustrating, but I'm not sure I would say it's any more frustrating than all the other hard Spec Ops missions out there. You know, since Modern Warfare 2, most hard Spec Ops missions have made me want to kill myself at a certain point in the game, but it's, you know, you can't just give up. Basically, right off the bat here, you want to throw your care package. First care package you want to get is a sentry gun, because on veteran mode, you basically want to be doing all your shooting with the sentry gun. You know, the sentry gun primary type deal, because if you try to fight with your gun, anyone who's played Spec Ops Veteran or Survival Veteran long enough knows that you know, they will always get first shot on you. It's like they have quick draw pro and a 4-bar and you're on a 3-bar, and they have, you know, host and they have mad hacks and all that shit, and basically they're gonna get the first shot on you every fucking time. And the problem with that is that the view kick is view kick in Spec Ops is multiplied by like 10 as opposed to multiplayer. So if they get the first shot on you, you're not going to be able to shoot them back. And so basically, what you see me doing here is I just keep moving the sentry gun up forward, and I kind of let that take care of it as my buddy Waffles, who's in the Osprey gunner, takes care of, you know, also shoots. And then another thing to keep in mind is you see these care package markers. Sometimes I'll throw the care package marker like far away from me into a spot that doesn't look very safe, like right here. Or maybe that was a flash. Yeah, that was a flash. But sometimes you see me throw the care package marker into an odd place, and that's just because when you throw the care package marker, the helicopter has to go land over it, right? So you're designating a position for the chopper gunner to sort of have a brief, maybe 5 or 7 second overview of. So if you send it, you know, behind the enemies, all of a sudden your partner's going to be able to shoot them all. Whereas if the normal Osprey gunner route is sort of flawed, specifically because, you know, they want the guy on the ground. I think the game developers want the guy on the ground to be doing some of the fighting on your own. So they make sure that there's always something like a roof or some stupid building blocking the Osprey gunner's view. But if you throw the care package marker into the enemy crowd, the Osprey gunner can go land right on top of the enemies and just take them all out. And so all you see me doing here is just a combination of my sentry gun and my Osprey gunner. That's how you want to do most of your fighting. The key to surviving this Spec Ops mission is to play like a pussy. We played, you know, you'll see I play kind of pussy here. I don't rush up. When shit gets real, I run backwards. And we finished in 12 minutes, and we were still ranked in like the top 2,000 in the world. You know, I know this is only, you know, it's only been out for like 48 hours, but if you're worried about rank, you can still play like a pussy and pass the mission. If you're not worried about the rank, which I don't think most people are, if you just want to, you know, get those 2 achievements for completing it, or just to get the stars, or, you know, whatever your reasons for. If you just want to complete it, then play like a pussy, dude. You have all the time in the world, and you're gonna maximize your chances of success. Basically, I would go so far as to say that if you take all the advice that I give you in this video and you just play really carefully and slowly, like, remember, you're not in a rush. Feel free to back up and give away ground and, you know, come back for more. But if you play slowly, cautiously, and you use, you know, the right methods to kill the right people at the right times, then you should be able to get this, like, you should be able to have like something close to 100% success rate. You know, you should be able to get this on your first try. The key is to play slowly. And then you see here I'm fighting the jugs. You are inevitably going to have to fight a jug on your own. Your Osprey gunner is never going to be able to kill all the jugs. And the best way to deal with the jugs is to use a little strategy that I call flash and shoot. Basically what you want to do is you want to flash them, and then you want to fucking shoot them. I think they lowered the health on the jugs, because it feels like they die a lot quicker in this than they have in any other game mode ever. Especially if you shoot them in the head. You know, you can burst fire them in the head with this M4A1 or whatever the fuck it is, and they'll die pretty quick. And you see, like right here, like I see I'm getting a little overrun, so I just back up and run away. And I'm spamming noob tubes because I really don't want to die. And they come out, they walk out, and Waffles takes him out with the Osprey Gunner. So, you know, just if you feel like you're in a dire situation, run away. When shit gets real, run away. If the going gets rough, run away. That is my #1 piece of advice to you, is to just run away when shit gets real, like you saw me. And I know, you know, you get the arsenals, you get like this XM25, you have a noob tube, you have all these explosives and shit. I know your first instinct is going to be to use those on the juggernauts, and I would highly advise against it. I would just suggest that you stick with the flash and shoot strategy, and anytime you run out of flashbangs, make sure you get an arsenal to replace your flashbangs. But pretty much, if you try to take on a juggernaut with an XM25 or something, it can kill them in 2 shots, direct impact, I think. But think about it this way: if you have your XM25 out and you get shot with 1 bullet, if 1 bullet hits you with your XM25 out, you're done. You're done. The view kick will have you looking at the moon while the jug comes and shoves his gun so far up your ass it comes out your mouth. So ignore the XM25, it's not very useful. Ignore the noob tubes, they're not very useful. Stick with the flashbangs and the sentry gun and shoot whatever you gotta shoot. Right here, this part's tricky. Be careful, alright? You walk in here, this door over here opens, and then 5 juggernauts come out. And I didn't realize it right here, but if you run to this building, throw out a flash, they are all, you know, disabled. By the time they come back into consciousness, Waffles has already taken them all out with his Osprey Gunner. And you know, that just goes back to that mantra of playing like a pussy. You piss them off, you run away, the Osprey Gunner finishes the job. You get 3 self-revives, and that's really important because, you know, some gay bullshit probably is going to happen at some point or another, like you just saw there. But I pulled through, and that's what matters. Be really careful about making sure your care packages don't land on the roof. There's nothing more... See, like right there, there's nothing more frustrating than having... Like, it's not so bad with an arsenal because you just miss out on flashbangs, but it sucks when you have, like, a self-revive land on the roof. That can be really, you know, discouraging. Now, the next thing... I make a mistake here. You see, so you want to run down into this pipe, and you want to capture this intel, and as soon as you cap it, you want to get the fuck out of there because it's a dead end and 5 juggernauts have just been released on you. But I went the wrong way. I should have shot left when I came out of that pipe, but instead I shot right, and you know, nothing bad happens, but basically the juggernauts were coming out from the side that I ran to. If you know, maybe rewind, but you see where I run out of that pipe, I ran in the direction of the juggernauts, and I should have ran the other way. But that's okay because I pulled it out. But yeah, you see, this is the playing like a pussy thing I was talking about. You know, piss off the juggernauts, run away, set some claymores. I'm going to let Waffles take care of them with the Osprey Gunner. I'm just going to hang out back here, and when it's all better, I'll run in and you know, reap the reward. Basically, you want to be doing as little fighting as you can. You personally, you know, you don't want to be getting into fights with other NPCs. You want to be letting your sentry guns, your claymores, or your fucking Osprey Gunner do the fighting for you, but you do not, because it's a mismatch. Make no mistake, you are at a severe disadvantage in every possible gunfight you could get into with these NPCs. They are smarter than you, they are faster than you, they will fuck you up. So just leave it to the Osprey Gunner. So what I did here is, every time I went to go capture an intel, I would run back and let Waffles clear the area. Every time I captured an intel. Make sure you do that, because every time you capture an intel, you know, a whole horde of enemies is getting released on you. Watch out for this guy on your left. Cat-like reflexes, bat-like reflexes.